Okay, so Lawrence, after 8 years of friendship, just fucked you over. Just took it to the extreme, went way beyond the line, and just fucked you. I mean, wrote you an email, and then you fucked him. You called him a transient piece of shit, crystal meth head, old woman abusing, fucking prick, asshole, son of a bitch, guy. You said, I can't go into public with you because you throw a temper tantrum if somebody brings your coffee 1 degree too hot or 1 degree too cold. And he does. He'll go in there and it's like, fuck, you people don't know what you're doing in here. And then, his friends are staying there like, oh, let's get out of here. And he'll blow up in restaurants and people take off on him. He's such an embarrassment. He's such a fucking prick. He's a fucking prick. He's a fucking embarrassment. And a year without him is a blessing. Okay? Oh, but we're going to sweeten it. We're not going to go a whole year. We're just going to say July 1st. Okay? July 1st, 2012. What happens on July 1st, 2012, Matt? You're going to write him or something? We're going to see how it goes? I don't know. What is this thing with July 1st, 2012? I guess that's the state in which we do the most... that's going to be a tough period. Maybe we'll cloak it like that. That's going to be a tough period where it's like your best friend just died and you're dealing with the grief. And... the real tough period will probably most likely be from now until January 15th or so. From now until January, any fucking way. And then from January until July, you've got to really assess what's going on with you. This is a blessing. You've got to get away. It would be... as surprising as it might be that Lawrence doesn't write back or whatever, which I find highly unlikely, by the way. I find it fucking highly unlikely. The guy dropped the fucking shit ball and just decided to wreak everything up and be a fucking prick to just a fucking dickhole. I could light the fucking ass on fire and take a pic to his fucking face. He drops this horrific email on me, condemning me and saying all this shit, and then saying, goodbye, your former friend, Lawrence Wool. So the chances are, I'll be very surprised if this happens, because we're going to find out one way or another. The chances are he'll write you back, and he'll be like, what's going on, Matt? And we're going to go, remember this? You're a fucking dickhole. Goodbye. If that doesn't end everything, I would be very surprised. But to you, he's dead. So we've got to come up with a spot for him, a burial plot somewhere where you can go to and go, oh, Lawrence, this is what's going on. So in case you're fiending to call him or something, it's not going to fucking happen. I mean, I know it's going to be tough, but that fucking bastard wrote you, in a very calculated and just calculated, just detailed diatribe about every fucking lie you come up with, and just lies and lies and lies and hurtful lies and more bullshit, and he just wrote it in like 10-point font, and it's so fucking hurtful. It's just bullshit. So Matt, you have to go out and you have to find friends. You have to go out and you have to find new associates, okay? Remember when you went to meet Lawrence? Remember the circumstances? Well, you have to make that happen, okay? Can't make it a choice. Has to happen, okay? So it's not gonna be easy. And you have to document this. By the way, smoking's going sensational. I mean, you're taking your pills, and your little foray here into a month break is actually working very well, and I'm proud of you for doing that. I'm just very serious. I'm worked up about Lawrence. I'm worked up about the things he said to you, and the things he made up, and the things he constructed, and how rude he was, and how just hurtful he was on so many levels. Hurtful. And it's just painful, and now it's like he died. When somebody dies, it's like they're here and they're gone. And that's what we're dealing with now. With the added luxury of him trying to contact you via email and you thinking about it and then writing him back and going, remember this? Fuck you, asshole. Remember this? Show it to him. Because he's going to forget. He's going to play stupid, or he's going to play senile, or he's going to... I swear I can picture this happening. Because you were thinking about it yesterday. You're like, what happens? Usually when Lawrence gets worked up about something, it lasts about, it simmers, and he's really bent out of shape, and 48 hours and 72 hours go by, and eventually he's right up in front of the situation, and he's doing something like... Seriously, it would not surprise me if he were out in front of this complex, like in November or December, pacing back and forth, going, "Oh well, I gotta talk to Matt." And I'm just gonna hold this fucking rancid email he put up to you, and he sent you, and you're gonna go, "Fuck you." Nobody has the right to talk to you that way. Nobody, and he needs to pay for it. Now, shit, I guess, on some level, he might go forever and never talk to you. You know what, Matt? You need to move on. This is a man who does not care to better himself, gets angry at society, gets angry at people when he's not getting his way, like a fucking 3-year-old baby. Drones on and on and on about his problems. Barely lets you talk about yours. Drones on and on about his shit. Barely lets you get it words and edgewise. And not that they're always problems. He has fucking 1 trillion more problems than you could ever dream of having at any point in time. It's there's going to be times where it's difficult. I understand, but we need to... Lawrence has been a crutch. Lawrence has been easy. Lawrence has been... the guy's got a good sense of humor. He's been a hoot. But, you need to involve yourself. And you need to involve yourself in ways where you don't let the alternative be... I can try to involve myself, but the alternative is not being involved. I really, really, really want this to be a goal of yours. Like, do a giddy excitement level. Just, you're so excited. Like, I want you to spend time and go places and on a consistent basis, 2 or 3 days a week. You're doing something new. You're joining a group. You're joining something. I don't care if it's 80s action figure model building, and it's packed with a bunch of fucking, fat dorks. I mean, you'd fit right in. No, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, you never know, and you've got to go. You got to do it. You've got to not go. I don't know. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. All these things, and we're gonna calculate. We're gonna calculate how long you've put into it until you meet someone. I mean, because I'm really honestly, I'm totally intrigued here. Let's count all the people you've met in your life. It's really interesting. The people you've met in your life who you've maintained friendships with, and Soren, Henry, Adam, Sean, Jimmy. Let's count the Craigslist. Jimmy kind of came with the family. Jaime, Mark. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6. That's 6 people. So that's 6 people, and you met those people. You met Jaime in 2001. You met those people being consistent and doing things. I mean, and going out and making things happen. You met Jaime in 2001 when the internet was practically sleepy. You know, it was just more archaic and sleepy. What I'm trying to get at is you put in periods of time go by. There's chunks of time, and you involve yourself. And you inevitably meet somebody, and we're gonna do this, you know, and we're gonna be with ourselves, and we're gonna be friends with ourselves, but we're gonna make it happen. Meaning, you really have to make sure it happens on that Tuesday night, even though, I just want to fucking masturbate. Okay, so I'm really and I really want the goal. I'm hoping the best for you, and I'm really hoping that I want desperately to find loving, caring, wholesome friends who you can grow with, and who, there's a sense of at least some connection with art and philosophy and life, and you've been in a situation where you've been quiet, and you've been here at the complex, and it's quite odd because it's a contrast between putting those letters up on Craigslist and being at home with Mom and John and going, oh yeah, I'm going to go out, and then you meet somebody, and it almost seems like it happened so much easier then, and maybe a lot of that has to do with being in, I hope not. I hope that has nothing to do with being in your 20s. I just hope that you just take it by the balls and make journals and know what's going on, and the goal being to be involved in enough activities where you don't really have time to think about, wow, I'm so alone, and it's so dark, and everything's so empty, and I don't have Lawrence. You just, in Lawrence, even if you are involved and you're running around, and boy, something fucking fascinating is has you in rapture, you're still going to think of Lawrence. You're still going to remember, I used to have those fun times with Lawrence, laughing, because it's easy. Let's just go. I just want to laugh with an adult. That's all I want to do. I want to laugh with an adult. And Lawrence was always a hoot, and you guys would make each other laugh, and it was the default thing to do. But I think that you really have used Lawrence as a crutch. Mom used to say, you use Norm as a crutch. Well, you can't use a fucking therapist as a crutch. You're paying them money to talk about your problems. Either you get something out of it or you do not. But Lawrence, I think you have used as a crutch in the sense that, let me go out of my way. Instead of doing something new and different, let me just go to San Jose and spend all that gas and go see Lawrence. Well, let's not worry about spending gas. I'm all for you spending gas. I want you to get involved. So, if it's in Milpitas, if it's in Fremont, just get involved. Just go, assess, smile, be all that you can be. Okay, all right.